Now, some have been concerned, some of the questions we've seen is around the fact that we've been talking about, developers and things like that. Nobody's talking about regulations. Nobody's talking about policy. But I want to say that for the next phase of the conversation, it will be around policies, government's role, the interfacing of government and private partnership, and all of such things. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may please have your attention, ladies and gentlemen, for the next conversation, we want to have a session talking about building organized communities for Oyo's growing population, addressing urban sprawl, planning, and sustainable community layout. Ladies and gentlemen, to take this session will be the Director General of Oyo State New Towns and Cities Development Authority. Please put your hands together to make welcome Dr. Mrs. Adebiyi Mofoluke. Please a round of applause for her as she comes up, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. The organizers of this program, this conference, a scale-up conference. So I know that we are building on something. Messrs. Geobrooks Consortium, all the professionals in the house, and ladies and gentlemen, let me just put it that way. Well, that doctorate title that you are giving me is earned from you. I am Mrs. Mofoluke Adebiyi. So I'll probably go back to an institution so that I can obtain a doctorate degree. Thank you very much. It's been a rich session, listening to the panelists here. And what we are doing is going to bring overall improvement by the grace of God if we apply the learnings of this place to real estate. And in effect, our expectation is that Oyo State will be a model at the end of the day. So for those that are upcoming, it's an opportunity. You have all the opportunities, but ensure that standards are maintained. That's what I see that needs to come to play, and then synergy and transparency. So my presentation borders around building organized communities for Oyo State's growing population, addressing urban sprawl, planning, and sustainable community layout. Now, discussing this topic, let's take a look at the current trends in Oyo State. Now, Oyo State is by way of introduction, Oyo State has a population of about 8 million in terms of going by the 2006 population census. But some of us feel that the population of Oyo State might actually be more than 8 million. And the annual growth rate is about this spans between 3.2 and 3.4%. Now, growth rate is driven by dynamics, population dynamics. And we are talking about urban-rural migration. We are talking about interstate migration. And people will want to seek economic opportunities in major towns and cities. In actual fact, nobody wants to stay in the village again. And what's going for our developed countries is that even in a typical village setting, you have everything that is provided. So the villager does not have any reason to eye what is going on in the so-called urban center. So the nature and the setting that we have has actually made it so that the cities and towns, they are carrying too much population than they should carry, while the so-called rural communities, they are left bare. So the current urbanization trend in Oyo State We have an aging, a young population. We have the population that is eager to work, that is eager to have the best. So definitely everybody wants to stay in the city. And the challenge we are having now is that there's so much bearing on the infrastructure that is available. And the way and manner, let's take, for example, Ibadan. The way and manner Ibadan is expanding, particularly in the 6 less local governments. The way and manner Ibadan is expanding is worrisome because we have informal settlements all over the place. We have, this is not even clear. Is it? Is it because of where? Okay, it is clear. Okay. So we have informal settlements all over the place, unapproved layouts, no proper planning, no proper designing. We have been reiterating on standards here. No standards are followed. Thereby, we have inadequate infrastructures, road, drainages, schools, waste management systems. They have all gone zany because we have so many of these houses that are springing up that do not even have the basic amenities that a house should have. And so the expansion is unregulated, informal setup, and we see this as a concern. Oyo State government sees this as a major concern. Coupled with this is the problem of weak coordination. These are the challenges of urban sprawl. And by way of definition, what is even urban sprawl? Urban sprawl is defined as a rapid and often uncontrolled expansion of the geographic extent of cities and towns in the surrounding rural land. Urban sprawl generally implies an inefficient, unplanned, and incremental expansion of urban areas that can have significant social, economic, and environmental impact on the citizenry. Now, some of the challenges, apart from the fact that we have unstructured development, unstructured expansion, and haphazard development, is the problem of poor sanitation. People don't even have good source of water supply because we are living in an unstructured environment. So there is vulnerability to climatic hazards, there is health hazard, respiratory illnesses. People transfer sicknesses from one to another because of the kind of setting that we have. And this actually has become a major concern of Oyo State government. And we begin to think around what are those things that we need to do to curb this development, to control it. And one good thing is that whatever we are doing is people-centered. But the understanding of the people we are dealing with actually matters. Sorry, I may be deviating from the slides. I will just speak as it is coming to me. So what are the strategies? Number one, we need advocacy. Look at the situation around the Circular Road corridor presently. They said, we want the road, but we don't want a corridor. How can a government put in place such, such infrastructure, that magnificent infrastructure in place, and we say there cannot be corridor around it? Somebody said that at Oshogbo, Shebi, they have circular road, and they have structures all around it. And we said what we have at Oshogbo is a ring road. The circular road that Oyo State government is constructing covers 110 kilometers. And it is meant to open Oyo State to investment. It is meant to open us up to economic advantage. But if the people do not buy into what government is doing, what you and I in this house we need to present a solution to that. So what are the strategies for us to have organized communities? Number one, we need to manage urban expansion through comprehensive and enforceable spatial planning. Also, we need to deliver well-serviced and affordable layouts that meet population and market needs. And this takes me to the issue of data. What actually are the specific needs of the people? These are the kind of things we need to work upon. We need to conduct surveys. We need to conduct censuses so that whatever the players in association with government are putting in place will be of advantage to the people of Oyo State. We need to strengthen institutional coordination and private sector participation in community development. We need to enhance livability, accessibility, and economic opportunity within our new towns and estates. When we say new towns, we are not, new towns is talking about the expansion of that existing town. It's talking about the existing traditional setting being improved and the new ones that are emerging being smart. So we need to review our regulatory standards and enabling laws. Now, talking about Oyo State, what effort has government made to curb urban sprawl, to control urban sprawl, and to make Oyo State a livable environment? Number one, the state government is strengthening urban and regional planning framework. I will always say this, I'm not a player in your field, I'm a statistician, but I understand the importance of having a blueprint for development. Blueprint for development is needed in this sector. It is required. Even you, as a private practitioner, what is your strategy? If you have a support coming to you, you don't have money, the first question that you'll be asked is, where is your plan? Where's your strategy? So we need to strengthen that, and Oyo State government is already doing that. And then the state government, I am happy that some of our partners are here and they will bear me witness. Site and service schemes, they are springing up, and they are a more coordinated approach, to providing housing solution. And somebody will tell me that, can the common man afford some of these services? That's a question that will call for us to strategize as to how financing can be improved upon so that everybody can have the solution that is relative to them. And one of our speakers was saying that if you have, you cut your coat according to your cloth. It is what you have that will determine what you should what you should go for. But it's imperative that we make living and housing affordable to every common man, and Oyo State government is putting a lot of strategies in place to partner with institutions to ensure that this is done. Also, another thing that government is doing is to ensure that we have holistic planning in terms of all that is expected to be in a smart city. And that's the solution that Oyo State New Towns and Cities Development Authority is bringing. The immediate assignments this agency has is to ensure that the circular road corridor is structured and planned to prevent urban sprawl, to ensure that economic value follows what government is putting in place, and to ensure that the objectives of private-public partnership is brought to bear. Ditto for Ilututun Business District. So, a complete road system, a complete transportation system, a complete waste management system, a complete electricity, alternative source of electricity system to be put in place. It's going to create opportunities. It's going to create opportunities. Also, we are using the instruments of digital world to put all these things in place. We are talking about smartness. We are talking about smartness. Gone are the days that I will say that in a particular location, I do not know the number of houses there. I must be able to say this is the number of houses in a particular location. The only thing I will now be classifying is what type of house and who is the owner of the house. So we have information if we use the right tools. And that's what Oyo State Towns and Cities Development is deploying. I can tell you the number of houses within the 500 meters either way of the circular road. I can tell you the number of houses. I can tell you as I speak. I have real-time information. So how are you deploying your own services? Are you employing the best practice? These are the questions that we need to ask ourselves. Why would we not want to do it? Because we lack transparency, we lack accountability. Because we want to, except we choose to be straightforward in this sector, all these problems will persist. So, government is strengthening development control and compliance. Government is introducing one-stop development system. If you go to Ministry of Lands, it's a complete setting. You have Surveyor General's office. You have the Department of Physical Planning, all embedded in the ministry. So, and I know that Oyo GIS is making things better in the operations of a Ministry of Lands. And there's a strength in public-private partnership. We are drawing more strength. The land swap arrangement that government is putting in place, such that the developer will come with his fund and he will be rewarded with land. For God's sake, we have 480 something square meters of land, kilometers squared in Oyo State. That's our heritage. We have it. But let us plan it. Let us use it properly. Let us use it in a manner that will suit the citizenry. So, and we keep promoting community engagement. We've been to a place where we were practically stoned out of the place because they do not understand. But we will keep trying to educate. It is the assignment of all of us to try and educate. I've talked about the creation of New Towns and Cities Development Authority. It's an agency that is created to lead in a coordinated approach to build organized, sustainable, and inclusive communities. We want to carry the communities along. We want to carry developers along. We want to carry everybody along. We want to carry the international community along. As we speak, we have a partnership with UN Habitat. They are going to come in to support us, to build capacities. Some of us here will even benefit from the capacity building because we are going to invite you for some of these programs. What we need in terms of strength, we need knowledge. We need to be transparent. We need to be honest. So I believe that by the grace of God, we are going to build resilient cities. It's not only in Ibadan. Ogbomoso, urban sprawl exists in Ogbomoso. It exists in Shaki. It exists even in close by Oyo. Are we going to continue the way we've been doing it? It's a question that all of us need to answer. There must be a change. And the change will start from me. It will start from you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, once again, a round of applause for Mrs. Adebiyi. Thank you so much for that wonderful, wonderful one. Your Excellencies, please take your seat. Thank you so much.